Video captured the moment a hunt saboteur beat an 81-year-old pensioner before screaming abuse at him as he struggled to get up. Saboteur Alexandra Dennis lunged at the elderly man as he attempted to retrieve something from the ground behind her, then struck him in the head with a video camera. In video footage provided exclusively to Dennis is heard shouting abuse as the man, who was disorientated and visibly shaken, replies, "You hit me." Dennis was found guilty of assault by beating after a trial at Weymouth Magistrates Court and fined £959, has learned. The victim says he remains emotionally scarred by her violent actions. The Blackmore and Sparkford Vale hunt had been out trail hunting in Holness, Dorset on December 18, 2021 when they were attacked by the camouflage-wearing hunt saboteurs. Video shows how Dennis attacked the elderly victim as shocked members of the public tried to move her away from him. A spokesperson for the Blackmore and Sparkford Vale hunt, speaking on behalf of the shaken victim, told the organization is relieved that justice had been done. This shocking incident highlights the horrific abuse members of our community suffer at the hands of hunt saboteurs, the spokesperson said. While he has recovered physically, the elderly victim understandably remains emotionally scarred by the violent actions of Alexandra Dennis. The spokesperson explained that for many, particularly elderly people living in rural areas, trail hunting remains an important social activity. Trail hunting can be one of limited avenues of interaction in more isolated areas of the countryside, the representative stated. Sadly, there are a small number of people who don't understand this and go out of their way to intimidate and attack innocent people. We would like to thank the police and the CPS for their professionalism in helping to bring Dennis to justice. Trail hunting was devised in the wake of the 2004 Hunting Act to legally replicate the outlawed sport of fox hunting as closely as possible. Under the rules, horseback riders with dogs can legally follow trails laid with scent, instead of chasing a live animal. However, if hounds should happen to pick up the scent of a fox and chase it as a result of the trail, then there are no legal consequences. The League Against Cruel Sports claims trail hunting is a cover for illegal hunting, designed to deceive the authorities and make the prosecution of illegal hunters very difficult. The 2004 Hunting Act banned hunting foxes with hounds, but there have been reports of breaches since. Trail hunting is controversial, and although animals aren't actually being chased, injured, or killed, many animal rights activists publicly oppose the practice. The Countryside Alliance, a rural campaigning organization, argues Sunday's attack further highlights how important it is that police take threats made by hunt saboteur groups seriously. Polly Portwin, who runs the organization's campaign for hunting, said, "While small in numbers, hunt saboteurs are routinely aggressive and often violent towards many within the rural community. Hunt staff, who above all else work incredibly hard to maintain and protect the welfare of the animals in their care, regularly face spurious and false accusations from saboteur groups, as was reported in Wiltshire at the weekend. It cannot be right that these bullies are able to carry out their campaigns of terrorizing law-abiding rural people." She concluded, "We urge police across the countryside to take their activity incredibly seriously, both for the safety of the hunting community but also the wider public." Ms. Portwin noted how 2 weeks ago police advised another hunt to move its activities following a hate campaign against local clergy by hunt saboteurs. The hunt saboteurs had posted details of the group's carol service at St. George's Church in Clun. They also shared the email address of Reverend Caroline Harrison and asked activists to get in touch and complain. The hunt received messages from animal rights groups and activists across the globe, including in Canada and New Zealand. Despite the threats, the service still went ahead last weekend, Ms. Portwin explained. A spokesperson for the United PAC has since criticized the activists, saying, "We were in no doubt that our carol service would go ahead this year. It's an important part of the festive calendar for many local people here, regardless of whether they follow hunting or not. We would never bow down to threats from online bullies, but do understand just how unpleasant it can be for anyone targeted." The United PAC says last weekend's event was, without doubt, the best supported service the group has ever had. Officials say attendance was higher than usual and the group had more newcomers than in previous years, which just reinforces the strength of rural, community spirit and this important time of year. The spokesperson added, "The sermon was wonderfully crafted and the 100 or so people in the congregation all agreed that the rural community in the Welsh marches was far better off for a joyous and hearty service."